Welcome to the Freud's Angels weekly reading, bringing the collective guidance and understanding for this week's energy.
Remember, never give your power up to a reader or a reading. You always have the power of autonomy. Hi, angels. Welcome to your weekly reading. We're reading from May 4th to May 10th, I think. We're recording this early, so no idea. Welcome to May. April showers bring May flowers, right?
And Mayflowers bring pilgrims. Because I'm from New England, that's why I say it that way.
Trauma.
Jeez Louise, yeah. It gets baked right in there.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Okay. Well, we are definitely rooted into our season. The summer is coming. My season is coming. She's a Gemini rising, so I say our because I feel like we're the same person sometimes, astrologically.
Well, I can't freaking wait for there to be like seasons wise. Like I'm very much ready because now that I'm in a place with seasons, I'm like I have had enough of my jacket. Like
yeah. Right. Oh my goodness. What are the mermaids telling us, Vanessa?
Well, the mermaids are telling us about letting go. Whatever. Just kidding. So
whatever.
So what's interesting about this card when I look at it right now, and I'm mirroring her card and in my heart chakra space. So she's holding on to, you can't really tell until you're really looking at it that she's holding on to some seaweed that's coming by her. And the look on her face is very neutral, but you can tell again that she's holding on to this, and it feels very safety netty. It feels very like, if I don't hold on to this, what will happen kind of thing. And so I don't think this is necessarily a let go of everything kind of card, but more like, what are we holding on to and why? Because it's not always, when we're letting go, we're not always letting go completely. Right. So the other thing that I saw when I see her holding on to it is that she doesn't appear to be clutching it. You know, it's just kind of there. Like it could, in my mind, as I look at the card, a nice wave could actually come take that out of her hands because she's not clutching it. She's allowing herself to hold on to it as this is part of me right now, but maybe it won't be part of me, you know, later, but I'm, you know, in this trusting space. So I feel like the words here are letting go, but the undertone of it is kind of like learning how to trust so that you don't have to hold so tightly. Because that's what we do, right? Like we hold on to the things that we believe in. We hold on to the things that that currently feel good, or at the very least feel safe. And we won't allow ourselves to create different safety nets, whatever that means, or allow ourselves to have different experiences, or allow ourselves to dream in different areas because we're afraid to let go of current. We don't know what the unknown is going to give to us. So we'll sometimes sit in a space of like, well, I know this, the devil I know, even if it's not a devil, it's the thing I know. Yeah. And it's okay to do that, right? So that's what I feel like is part of this, is that this isn't telling you have to let go, but it's telling you not to grip super tightly and to just be open, to allow yourself a little bit of space to see something different. And that to me is more comforting, right? Like when I'm trying to do something that's, you know, too big, I freak out and then I don't want to do it at all, right? And then, yeah, I mean, especially with my ADHD brain, it's like, wow, we'll just go do a whole bunch of other stuff so that we can feel productive, but it won't actually be doing anything helpful for you. But we'll feel productive, right? Like, and so we're just gonna let ourselves be in that energy. Yeah, like I just feel, and I feel this, you know, for my own life, I've gotten better and better and better at this, but it in some ways still shows up, you know, and so it's a good reminder for me to be able to say, okay, like just because things have always been a certain way, whatever that means, whether it's business or relationships or friendships or family, doesn't mean that we have to continue to do that. We can just and we don't have to completely let go. We can allow for some gray area. We can allow for some of that water to pass through where we're holding on to the, to the seaweed or the algae or whatever the hell we're calling this thing on the card. So that it feels free flowing, so that it feels like I'm holding on to it just because that's what's here for now. But anything else could take its place if there was a strong enough desire for that. So that's what I felt when I looked at the card today.
I love it. And not ironically, my surrender card today was surrender to rest and sleep.
Oh.
To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. Which is not ironic that we were just talking how I'm getting the morning, the early morning signs of being in burnout again. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'm hearing you. Let me rearrange some things and do some things and figure it out. And I think too is that letting go is essential because I have to let go of all the things that I need to do and focus and make me being well a priority over all the things that need to be done, like especially with work. It's hard because you have responsibility and it's hard to turn that off. And if you're creating something, you want to be in it, but you also need time for things to land within you to kind of be peaceful and allow not the stressed version of you to show up. And so yeah, so much of, I think, for me, letting go is letting go of that control of needing to do everything and be everything. And that rest needs to be baked in to my process, because being, when we're hurt people that have burnout tendencies, we need to make sure that is almost on our agenda as much as work is. So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
and I am so much better at free flowing when I'm rested, right? Because I don't feel like, if I feel rested and I feel good and I feel healthy and I feel with it, I don't stress that I'm going to forget stuff. I don't stress, like I'm pretty free flowing. It's pretty easy for me to just be like, okay, everything's good because I feel good, because I don't have to conserve my energy by, and really like meter out my energy during the day, which is what I have to do when I'm not allowing myself enough time and space and stress. I'm very, very aware of the limits of my energy, and that stresses me out. And so it makes it hard for me to let go of things. It makes it hard for me to create space, because then I'm not trusting myself. I'm not trusting that I have energy for it, or I'm not trusting that I can do it well. And so, yeah, definitely when I definitely notice it. I mean, it only takes a couple days for me to be off, for me to be like, oh, I'm like really stressed about everything all of a sudden, because I'm not in a very well balanced, rested state. But when I'm rested, please, it's so much easier for me to move through everything.
Yep, 1000%. So our money card this week is, I release any fear of being wealthy with love and forgiveness. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes.
It is safe to be wealthy. It is safe to have money. And it is safe because money doesn't make people who they are. It is who they are that makes money, with what they do with money, right? We think the 1%, and we see them as being horrible people because they're fucking things up and they're being selfish. But that was there before money became a thing in their life. And so that was always there. Money is neutral. It's just energy. There is no, it isn't the root of all evil. It's not what makes people greedy. People were greedy to begin with. Money didn't create that. So money is safe. It is not money's fault that people with money do what they do. It is because they are who they are.
There are tons of extremely wealthy people out there that you don't even know you're walking on the street with, because they just don't care about it that much.
Yeah.
But I also really feel like when you said that, it landed on me of like, I'm safe to have money.
Yeah.
Which is a story, right? Like I'm not safe to be wealthy because I won't be able to do the right thing with it. And that is a thing that I've had to work through, of being able to say, like, you're not going to waste your money. You're not going to spend it in the wrong place. You're not going to like give it to people who don't deserve it.
Squander it away.
That's a story that has happened multiple times in my life, so I think
Yeah.
that's another angle of it that I think some people don't really think of, because they do always go to like the billionaires are the worst, and it's kind of like, yeah, but also you might think you're the worst when it comes to having money.
Yeah.
I blew all my money, right? Like that is you
Mhm.
saying I'm not safe to be wealthy.
Yep. Or like my father, you can't be trusted with money. You're not responsible enough to have money, and you're too emotional with your money, and all those things. And none of that helped me be better at being responsible. It just made me freak out because I wanted grapes at the store and I couldn't get them because I didn't factor them into the budget. But I wanted just grapes. And that sends me into meltdown. That is what was created in that moment, not anything that was any good.
Yeah. Boo.
So yeah. Yep. But we are safe to have money, and
Mhm.
money is going to teach us things. Money wants a relationship with us. It does.
Mhm.
But we have to learn our relationship with it. That's the key, right?
Mhm.
We hope you have a good week. Thank you for being here. See you soon.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
We hope we gave you something to support your journey.
Check out our Facebook or Instagram page to connect with us.
Have a great week.